Hi guys, Jason Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. So today is a quick explanation about what I do. Why do I do the content the way I do it? Because I am unique, I think. Anyone down in the comments, if you found another YouTube channel that does it is in the same way or similar way than I do, then by all means comment below. But I think I am unique in the way how I review equipment. And why do I do it? Because I think it's important when it comes to the person, the buyer, the average golfer who's looking to replace their driver, their wedges, their hybrids, their irons, their fairway woods, it doesn't matter, their golf ball. There's so many different things that golfers buy. And to make those buying decisions intelligently, obviously golf equipment is expensive. It's getting more expensive every single year. And so as the years go on, it becomes even more important to make sure that you buy right and you buy once, rather than buying the wrong one and then realizing it's actually no different to what you've already had before and then having to sell it and then buy it again anyway. You kind of get the idea. My channel is very much so more technical than most. My videos are longer in duration than most. Most channels are what I call cinematic. They are very nice to look at. They are very music inspired. They're very cut, transition-y from different things to different parts of the golf course, different views of this, views of that, and great to watch. I call it's entertaining. So one of the channels I like watching from an entertaining point of view is Alex Etch's in Australia. He's funny. He's a really nice guy and he's just funny. And it's quite entertaining watching his content. And when it comes to the technical side, TXG, they're in America or Canada, wherever they are. I'll find out if they are, stick on the screen. But they're the technical side. Now, when it comes to the technical side of a review, you're always skirting the line of being boring. Now, I would argue from a golfer's point of view, where they're looking at actually buying something, they're looking at saying, I want to go get a new set of irons this year. What is about, what's going to suit me, and what should I go to test? And so when it comes to that and situations such as that, it's the technical reviews which people get the most from. They're the ones when it comes to, say, TXG. I mean, okay, there's 2 or 3 of them at different times, and so there's a different dynamic. Myself, AskGolfNut, is a single person channel. I do everything. I do the videoing, I do the editing, I do all the bits and pieces myself. So there's a different dynamic in every channel, but even TXG have to skirt the lines of being boring, because different people have different attention spans, different people want to gain or glean certain different things from different videos. My channel is based very much so on trying to give the golfer as best information as possible when it comes to things like forgiveness testing. I think I am, within reason, the only one that does it the way I do it. I try and measure exactly how any golf club that I test reacts when you don't hit it in the middle. Let's face it, guys, not every golfer hits the ball out the middle every single time. In actual fact, the vast majority of golfers hit the middle, as in they hit the middle as an accident. They were going for the middle, but they hit around, even a broken clock is right twice a day kind of idea. And so knowing how well a golf club will work out of the toe, out the heel, out low, all these different places that people hit in is, I find, hugely more important than the cinematic being on the golf course, do this, do that, and cut to this, cut to that, few swings, music in the background. It's entertaining, but it would take up, so from my point of view, if I did that, it would take up so much more time of the stuff that I'm trying to get information over, and I know it can be boring sometimes to certain different people, but I would, that's why I say the way I do things is different. I try and focus on you, the golfer, not necessarily what's going to be the best clickbait, because I am fortunate the fact that many channels are working on the basis of clickbait stuff. They do, because that's YouTube is monetized. So they are being paid, I get paid by YouTube as well, or by Google, for making content and for people to watch it. However, different content creators have a different responsibility as to how much money they like or don't like to make. I personally, I don't really care about the money from YouTube. What I care about is the stuff that I do. I'm fairly unique in that, that I feel moralistically, is that a word? Moralistically, possibly, you know what I mean, that I want to make sure that the content I make is far more educational and far more use to you, and risk being a touch boring to a certain sector of golfers than trying to make clickbaity cinematic stuff which is just there to create clicks. I understand, obviously it's a business, YouTube is a business, and people have a different relationship with different things, but I think it is vastly more important for me as a content creator to make sure you, the golfers who are looking at certain equipment to buy, do not get overhyped with the marketing. Just because a manufacturer makes a certain product and calls it this, that, and everything else, okay, I can say it, that's what the tagline is for this. It doesn't mean necessarily that it works. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't, or it has a different effect than what the manufacturers, or the marketing at least, says it was going to do. And my choice in clothing, again, Mizuno, has no bearing on what information I give out. I do the exact same review for every single piece of equipment I test. Doesn't matter if it's Mizuno, Callaway, TaylorMade, Ping, or whatever it be. Because when you're talking about this is visual. I choose to wear Mizuno. I like the brand Mizuno, but it doesn't change when I hit a golf club. Quad, GC Quad down the bottom there is a quadroscopic camera based piece of technology. The reason why I give head data is to make sure I don't just say, buy this golf club, it's amazing. I say it on the basis that buy this golf club, it's amazing because it actually is really good, and I can back it up with head data. And that's why I do it. It is important that information that is given out there to YouTube reviews of equipment, for example, is backed up by information as to why it's that good. Not just this golf club goes 16, 15, 28 yards longer than the old one did. Well, why? The laws of physics have been there since the dawn of time, and when it comes to the R&A USDA, they have governed what golf clubs can do for quite some time. So when there is a dramatic increase in difference of distance between one and the other, it's got more likely to do with the fact that it was either a really poor fit, the previous one, or they've got the wrong style of head, could be wrong center of gravity head when it comes to a driver at least, or that the information that has been put across to you because there is no head data given isn't necessarily true and isn't necessarily honest, as in the case of without head data you can hit or strike one piece of equipment dramatically worse than the other one and say, oh yeah, because this new one's so much better, it's so much better. Well, it's not. I just inaccurately hit the old one worse to artificially make the new one look better. That's why head data is so important. That's why my stuff is a little bit longer than average, we'll call it that, but that's why it's important I continue, I feel, to make the content that I do, and I will continue to do it until a mass exodus of YouTube subscribers depart and I'm basically talking to myself. And another thing, when it comes to on-course testing, the reason why I don't do on-course testing is because of the uncontrolled and sporadic nature of on-course testing. On-course testing is interesting because I've done it in the past where I've tried to compare two drivers. So you play a hole with, say, a driver and hit a tee shot with this, or hit a tee shot with the next one, or hit two tee shots with one and hit two tee shots with another, two tee shots. Then what you'll find is you go down and you think, oh, I hit them fairly well, hit them fairly well, hit them fairly well, whatever it be. Well, if you haven't got launch monitor data to exactly show you exactly how well you did or did not hit that, that's not fair anyway. And then you go down and to see which one done the best. Well, the problem is by hitting two shots, one shot with one shot with another, and it's hitting the ground, and if you play on a snooker table, then that's one thing, but if you play on a golf course, which is bounce, so it's got hills and mounds and depressions and undulations, I've hit shots where that's definitely gone further, but when you look at it, when you walk up, it hasn't gone as far, because you can see that it hit an upslope where the other one, which is actually physically shorter, had hit a downslope when it hit the ground and chased further forward. Now, over a long period of time, over a massive data set, or you playing golf day in, day out, it would be clear the longer one will go longer on average. But in that small sample capture, which is what on-course testing is, it is so small, it can really give you, or the viewer, the wrong impression of just how well or not something is working, when actually it's the ground conditions and what happened when it hit the ground, and the individual strike of the individual, the dynamics of the individual, which is obviously not monitored, because you haven't, generally speaking, you haven't got GC quad on the deck measuring that information when they hit it and then shown on the screen. So it's very, very subjective, and that's generally speaking why I don't like doing on-course data and on-course testing, because it would take an age to physically do it, and I'd need to hire the golf course out for a day to be able to do a review. So yeah, but that's the reason why I don't like on-course testing. Anyway, that's basically an understanding of what I do, and why I do it. More importantly, I do feel it's important going forward that I continue giving you, the golfer, as much honest, unbiased and useful information as I possibly can for you to make the right decisions when you are, one, testing a piece of equipment, and two, when you're more importantly buying equipment. A lot of people haven't got the capability or the possibility of actually getting custom fit because they live in remote locations, but everyone's got the internet. And so if they know how they deliver a golf club, they know kind of the specifications, so they can buy the direct-to-consumer irons, for example, or buy them straight off the internet to get delivered to them. If they know they strike a golf club out of a certain spot, and I've done a review where a golf club is an amazing, forgiving golf club out of a certain spot, they're gleaming, that's going to help them, and that's great to do that. If you didn't have head data and you didn't know how a golf club reacts, how forgiving it is or not, then people are making decisions based on what? Marketing, basically, and cinematic stuff, which looks good, but it doesn't actually give you much substance. So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, go on, give it one of those. YouTube likes it, so do I. Next to it is a subscribe button. If that's a little skull, click it, red button, little triangle, click, yep. Next to that is a bell icon. That is a notification bell. That notification bell will let you know next time I upload another video. I've got lots of different things to do, and also lots of different compares to do as well coming forward, which is fun, and hopefully my aging body can hold up with all those swings. So hope you liked it, and we'll see you again soon.